Hello, and welcome to my first video. For my first video, I thought it might be fun to start off with a Christmas theme since it is the holiday season. This custom doll will be based on this sweater ornament that I got from Target. I'll be using Draculaura from Monster High as a base for this character because I thought that her pointy ears were perfect for an elf. To start off this doll, we're gonna need to remove her hair because I am planning on transforming her into a completely new look. Next, we have to remove her head in order to take the rest of the hair from inside the skull. Once her head is off, I use a small screwdriver to go through the bottom of the head and scrape out the remaining hair plugs. This is definitely one of the most time-consuming parts of the project, but it's also oddly satisfying. I like to use this opportunity to relax by listening to some music or binge-watching a TV show. Once all of the hair is out of her head, it's time to remove the factory paint with 100% pure acetone. You can also use another nail polish remover with a lower percent of acetone, but I find that 100% is the easiest to get a clean slate. Next up, I'm going to be rerooting her with this white nylon hair. I think it's most helpful to lay it all out before getting started with the rerooting process. Using my homemade rerooting tool, I take the strands and plug them into the head one by one. Sometimes I really enjoy rerooting a doll, and then other times I completely dread it. It's definitely a really time-consuming part of the project, but ultimately it helps transform the base doll into a new character. Occasionally, you are going to run into some issues while rerooting your doll. This time, the head split open. I feel like this issue happens more with the more recent dolls that are being made rather than dolls in the early 2000s or the 2010s. Does anyone else notice this happening? The way that we're able to fix this is by using fabric glue. I like to use Fabri-Tac, and I just put it on the edge of a Q-tip and put it inside of the tear and just hold it together until it dries. I put some more on a Q-tip and put it through the neck hole and try to reinforce the hair to stay on a little better. It's definitely not a foolproof method, but honestly, it's better than starting over again. Once I finished rerooting the doll, I glued in the rest of her hair with some more Fabri-Tac and reattached her head to her body. I knew I wanted to give this character two big pigtails, and the way to keep it like that during the repaint process was by using this got-to-be glued gel. This helped ensure that her part line would not get messed up while I was painting her face. Once the gel has dried, I'm going to be using these small pins to wrap a cloth around her to protect her hair and her body from the sealant that I will be using to paint her face. Once it looks like she's been mummified, it's time to spray your doll's face with Mr. Super Clear to start the repaint process. Using lighter colors and soft pastels, I start by sketching on what I want the face to look like. Repainting is easily my favorite part when customizing a doll. I really enjoy being able to take artistic liberties and see my character develop. Once the initial sketch is complete, it's time to start introducing new colors. Sorry about a little bit of her face being cut out. I'm definitely still getting used to filming the process. By using soft pastels, I'm able to add some color to her lip. I wanted it to almost look like she was cold from the winter, so I used a lot of blushing to get that effect. I really love blushing all of my dolls, so I definitely had a lot of fun when doing this. I used different shades and different colors in order to add dimension to the doll's face, while also using white to highlight different parts of her. Throughout this time lapse, I'm taking breaks to add sealant in order to build up the color. Once I'm feeling satisfied with the foundation of the doll, it's time to add in black colored pencil. The black is less forgiving when you make a mistake and you try to cover it up, so that's why I wait until I'm really happy with the base. I feel like this is when the character really starts to come alive and I get to see her personality. I used this small glitter powder in order to add a little bit of Christmas magic to her face. I find adding the eye shine at the end to be so satisfying and really completes the face up. Once I'm happy with what I've done, it's time to seal her for the last time and put this Liquitex varnish on her lips to make them a little glossy. Now that we've finished with her face up, I'm going to be using the Sculpey to create some decorations to add to the doll. I want to put these on her head, so I'm going to be using these pins in order to anchor them. First, I made this little snowman. Then I made a little bit of mistletoe. And next up, I sculpted a bow. By the end, we have a peppermint candy, a little bow, a candy cane. What's next? A Christmas tree, a snowman, and some mistletoe. Then I'm going to bake this in the oven, and we'll get started on the painting process. I use these pearly paints in order to mimic the shiny reflective material on the Christmas sweater that she'll be wearing. Once all the decorations are finished, I seal them up with some Liquitex varnish. After taking the pins out and removing the covering, it's time to get her dressed. As mentioned before, I'll be using this Christmas sweater from Target. I'll be pairing it with these sparkly flare pants that I believe are from a LOL OMG doll. And finally, I'll be using these boots that I think are from Frankie Stein from Monster High. Once she's all dressed up, it's time to add the decorations. I just love this little snowman. He's probably my favorite piece. I'm really excited with how she turned out, and I'm so happy I've finally made my first YouTube video. I think I'll be naming her Natalia Tinsel. Not really sure why, just kind of came to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. I know I really did, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you want to see more dolls that aren't featured on the YouTube channel, make sure to check out my TikTok and my Instagram. The links will be in my bio. Thank you so much for watching.